Hey guys, Scott here from DTFF. Tonight we're going to talk about some contingency planning and how to work it into your incident action plan. So we all know what incident action plans are, how to your problems, your size ups, all that sort of stuff, and then how to write it down. What the PACE plan is a military term, military planning system they use. I think it started in Special Forces, but they've expanded. We also use it in wildlands a lot. That's where we learned it from. But it works on pretty much anything you do in life and in fire. So what the PACE plan is, it's you got your P, which is your primary, your A, which is alternate, your C, which is contingency, and your E, which is emergency. Okay, so if you're looking at it under strategies for your incident action plan, our problems are going to be smoke, fire, electrical. So if you look at this fire right here, just a room and contents fire appears at this point because we have no other smoke showing, which could mean the door is closed on that one room. So currently, pretty simple tactic. So our primary objective right now is just going to be, we could say exterior water application, and we can maybe follow up with a transitional to finish it off. Okay, so then what happens as I'm contingency planning this, because I'm the first on scene, what happens if I reach what's called a trigger point? The trigger point would be, okay, now I start seeing smoke and fire coming out of other areas of that structure. Maybe the top floor starts to go a little bit more dynamic. So I could say fire extension. That's my trigger point. Fire extension. So if I witness fire extension, that's my next trigger point, which just got reached. So I go to my alternate plan. So my alternate plan, because I see there's a car in the driveway with my interior attack now, it's going to be more important now for me to do search. So interior attack / search. So if my primary doesn't work, so if I've applied my exterior water and it doesn't, for whatever reason, knock it down, or if it's extending, I hit my trigger point, which is my fire extension. I go to my alternate plan, which is interior attack, like a full interior attack, and a search. Now, what happens if our next trigger point is reached? And my trigger point I give myself is I see more of the upper floor involved. So basically, the entire upper floor is involved. Upper floor involved. So that gets to my contingency plan. And if you imagine anything P and A is offensive, that's offensive for the most part, and anything C and the lower is going to be defensive. So once I hit my upper involvement, I'm going to go not totally defensive, but I'm going to just go drop down to the lower level. So the lower floor, I'll continue my attack, lower floor. Maybe it's not so much an attack anymore. Maybe it's now just going to be a really quick search. And we'll continue our exterior water application from our primary. Okay. Once the trigger point is reached, maybe entire involvement of the house, so fully involved. That's my final trigger point. And for that, it's a full withdrawal, and obviously exterior water application and exposure protection. So in a really short amount of time, and this could all be written down right away before even the second apparatus arrives. So right away, I'm having these contingency plans. If my primary doesn't work, I'm ready for my next section of my plan. So essentially, it's contingencies for everything. So for this incident, primary is exterior water application and transitional. My trigger point is fire extension to other rooms. Okay, so I go to my alternate plan, which is interior attack / search. Then my next trigger point is reached, upper level involvement. Go down to my contingency, which is going to be lower floor search, really quick search. And then my trigger point is reached again if this is not working. Fully involvement happens, and then I'm going to withdraw for my emergency and exterior water application and exposure protection. At any point there, we can have multiple plans going at the same time, but basically, anytime those trigger points are reached, we want to step to our next section of the plan. And these could also be good trigger points. So like if my exterior water application worked, I would have no trigger point, but it might be, hey, we're just going to start right away to mop up. So that's basically how the PACE plan works. It can work for almost anything you do. Wildland works really well. Even MVIs, water rescues, you always have those step-by-step plans just ready to go, hoping that your first plan works, your first primary works, and maybe having to go to your alternate at the very worst case. After that, you're ready for anything. Stay safe, stay DTFF.